Alright, this might make you Porsche purists cringe. I went and bought a $6 mod for my Porsche from AliExpress. So my Porsche comes with the Porsche Entry and Drive system, which is essentially a keyless entry system. You can keep your key in your pocket and you don't need it in order to start the car. Instead of putting the key into the ignition, there's a dummy switch there. And you turn that, it cranks the car, and off you go. The one that comes standard is just a boring plastic dummy key. It's black and silver colored, and it kind of just blends into the rest of the dashboard. And of course, Porsche does offer some colored options. You can go online and shop around and buy a painted version of the key, the dummy key, and it comes in different colors. But I did look and I didn't find one that matches my car. They don't have one in shark blue. The closest they have is a Miami blue, which is a fantastic color, but it just doesn't match my car. So I went online and looked around to see what was available. So I was looking online, and a friend of mine sent me a link to AliExpress where they have blue dummy keys available, and they're significantly cheaper. This one's available for about $12, and in fact, I was able to use a discount code as a first-time shopper at AliExpress, and I got it at basically half off. I paid about $6 for this dummy key. So I figured it's worth a shot. Let's take a look. We'll compare it against the shark blue paint on the car and see how close of a match it really is. All right, so here is the blue dummy key that arrived in the mail from AliExpress. As you can see, it's kind of a blue metallic paint, so not a direct match to the shark blue, which is non-metallic, but I do think that the shade of it is close enough that I can get away with it. So let's bring it out to the car, and here I've got it sitting on top of the roof of my car. The shark blue paint is, of course, the background, and you can see the more metallic looking blue paint on the dummy key, but I would say it's a pretty close match. All right, well, let's go ahead and take out the old key. There's kind of a process that's involved in making the system release the dummy key, and it's basically just kind of turning it on and off a couple of times until you hear this distinct click that tells you that the system has released the dummy key, and then you can actually just pull it out. Here are the two keys, the two dummy keys side by side, so you can take a look at the difference. You can see they are pretty much the same construction, although it looks like that black center plastic part of the original key is a little more of a matte surface, whereas on the AliExpress $6 dummy key, that black plastic part is a little more glossy, but pretty minor difference. And I don't think something that will really stand out or be noticeable very much in day-to-day usage. Here's another angle looking at the two keys. And let's go ahead and put it in. Now the key is inserted into the ignition switch, and that's pretty much it, really. I think that it doesn't lock in until you've started the car for the first time afterwards, so I will do that, but until you do that, I believe you can still just turn the switch back to the off position and pull the dummy key out again. So it's only once you've switched the car on for the first time using the new key that it locks into place. Okay, well, simple and easy mod, and I do think that the paint color is close enough to the shark blue that at least at first glance no one's gonna really notice that there's a mismatch there. So I consider this a success. $6 mod, saved myself more than $90 by doing it the cheap way. I suppose this might meet with disapproval from some hardcore Porsche owners who believe that you should either not mod the car or only mod it with authentic Porsche parts. But in this case, like I said, you couldn't really find a shark blue key to match. So I didn't really have much in the way of options here. I had to pick something that would look relatively close, and I think this does. So I consider it a win. I did consider maybe just doing some other totally contrasting color. You know, I thought it might be cool to do a red key or a yellow key, but I ended up just deciding to go with blue. Let me know in the comments if you think that some other bright but contrasting color would have looked good in a shark blue car as well. Who knows? These things are so cheap, I might just get one and switch them out whenever I feel like it. But anyways, I am just gonna go and enjoy driving around with the new colored key that stands out and offers a little more contrast in the interior. Kind of complements the blue seatbelt and the blue exterior paint, but I guess the rest of the interior is still fairly ordinary looking. So I don't know. Let me know if you think I should maybe spruce things up with something else that's colorful as well. I don't know what that would be, but can consider some additional options if I want to spice things up here in the interior. Next up, I guess maybe we'll head out to a car meet. I hear there's a nice meet happening today down in Cupertino, being hosted by Porsche of Stevens Creek, and they're hosting something over at the Alexander's Patisserie. So we'll go check that out. Hopefully get some tasty pastries as well as some coffee and check out some cool Porsches. All right, well, that was a fun meet. Got to meet a couple of other fellow Porsche owners and connect with a few people that I only knew on Instagram. So speaking of Instagram, give me a follow on 718 Drive. That's my Porsche specific Instagram account. And of course, as always, you can also follow me on the main account, 86 Drive. Anyways, enjoyable meet, had a good time, and of course I had to pick up a couple of pastries to bring home to the wife, so better head in there and feed the lady. All right, take care guys, see you soon.